Did you ever seen 7/8 or 22 mil diameter ball gouge? Stay tuned. Now I think I got this ball gouge roughly 2 years ago from one of the packages from Crown as a gift. It's a Pro PM powder mill steel. I think it's their top tier sort of hardness or quality of the steel that you can have. So it's quite expensive. It does hold an age quite long, longer than any other pretty much steel, and you can imagine it's quite expensive in this size here. So just to show you diameter, oops, so you can see 22.5 mil diameter, so that's 7/8 of an inch, so really big ball gouge. Now I reckon that most of you won't be able to find the ball gouge in this size here. The most common size, or actually the biggest size that I've seen in the most common woodturning shops, is 19 mil. That's 3/4 of an inch in diameter. And I have one from Carter and Son. Now this one here, as you can imagine, it's quite rare, and I'll show you the ups and downs of this tool here. Now first I need to resharpen the edge, or actually I'm going to change from this long grind to asymmetric grind. So I will waste some of the steel here, but I just find using asymmetric grind is a little bit more convenient for me, or better for me. So I'm going to keep sort of this bevel for now. I'm at 80 grit CBN wheel, and I polished up the inside a little bit with 400 grit sandpaper, so just get the nice final edge on. To show you the final edge, or a final asymmetric grind, so you can see short right wing and a longer left wing. You can see I've reduced the bevel length here, so it won't leave too much of a heel rubbing here. And yeah, let's see how it performs, and I'll talk you through as I'm doing this bowl here from ash, almost square block. What are the benefits and the downsides of using something as big as 7/8 of an inch diameter ball gouge. 870 RPM. So first I just want to remove by scooping out the corners on this wood. Now as I'm making the cut, I feel how the blank is vibrating quite a lot. It's not flat also on the top face here, so I will have to bring the tailstock. So much better. I'll just stop here, and I hope you can see how much I'm taking here. I can measure it. Just give me a second. Let's see. 20 mil of cut on a dry piece of ash. So quite a big cut, and the gouge is not bouncing around. It actually absorbs quite a lot of vibrations. Now, as the corner is scooped out here a little bit, I can throw up the bottom. I'm using the left wing. So I'm moving my hips to the right to pivot the left wing into the wood. Nice and steady. Because I'm removing, actually because I'm cutting wood and air, I'm moving nice and steady. I don't try to push or force anything. So here there is a weird sound. Just want to double check if there is split or something. Nope. Can probably increase the speed now. Oh, now it's well balanced, or balanced enough. 1150 RPM. And I want to throw up the top. Again, using the left wing. So now I can make a little bit more pleasant shape. Maybe Calabash bowl. I haven't done one of those in a while. Well, that's pretty good for a rough shape. spear point scraper. And I'm watching what's happening on horizon. And maybe a little decoration. I have VM120 chuck with shark jaws, and that will grip this size of a tenon. Not in full circle, but it will be great hold. Now another benefit of using slightly bigger ball gouges, maybe not this one here particular because it's quite rare, but 16mm or 19mm ball gouges, so 5/8 or 3/4 of an inch diameter ball gouges, is when you're slightly hollowing deeper balls, it will reduce greatly some of the vibrations and chatter. All of that kind of issues will be slightly resolved because the overhang and the bigger diameter tool won't chatter as much. So hope that makes sense. I'll be using the left wing just to chew up first. And again I'll use big ball gouge. The tool rest is slightly too high. Now another downside of using a ball gouge like this, now you can make it a little bit more pointier here at the tip, but asymmetric grind has a nice flowing curve all the way around, and it has a slightly broader nose here, let's say, so it's a little bit easier to get a skate over unless you close the gouge and raise the hand so you have a single point of entry like so. So there is the bottom of the hole. So I sort of can envision the curve going from here to the bottom here. If I don't see the bottom of the hole, then it's a little bit more, at least to me, a little bit more difficult to project where I'm going. So another sort of benefit, let's say if you're using a broader nose or a tip like so, so it's not as pointy, because in this case you can get a little bit more of a slice cut versus where you have it in a sort of a point. Now I'm going to position the tool rest slightly in. Now another downside of, let's say, of using a bigger ball gouges like so, 19 or bigger in this case, it won't usually always leave a nice or the best surface that you can have with the ball gouge. Usually smaller ball gouges will give you slightly better finish. Refiner, just raise it a little bit more. Now if you wonder, I had a depth hole and then I went ½ inch or almost beneath it. I leave myself a little bit leeway room, let's say, so I can manipulate the shape. Not use refiner on the bottom of the ball, it's just not thick enough, but it's on the bench, so just going to use it. Now remove the shark jaws, and these are now step jaws, and I have this block of timber for years now, a slight dome to it, and you'll see now how I'm going to grip the ball. So I have a little bit of paper towel, and that will be just a little barrier between wood and wood, so like so, and I still have original center. This is, for me at least, the easiest way to remove the center here. Now there is no point in using the big ball gouge here. You can see it runs nice and true. I'll use small ball gouge. Just want to continue curve all the way to the bottom. I can use a little bit more speed. Just don't remove all the knob here. grab 1/2" spindle gouge so I can get into a corner. That feels like a good thickness. Refiner. There's a shear scraper, and that feels really nice. So I can sand it, but first just going to use spear point scraper just to make a little decoration here. Grit. And that's it. That's really good. I like to use pliers and just cut it a little bit off from the top so it doesn't break into the bowl, and all I have to do now is just a little bit of sanding. Should center the paper a little bit better. And what I like to do is rotate it a little bit, and I'm just using like so corner of the pad. That feels great. Just before I make the final word on big bowl gouge, just to show you this lovely Calabash ash, spalted rippled ash. So really nice grain, really nice shape, curve all the way to the bottom, and it's really nice to have it in your lap when you're eating maybe popcorn or something like that. And you can see never tips over, and it will settle down after some time. So now, what will be my final verdict on this particular size 7/8 or 22 mil diameter bowl gouge? Now, it will be quite hypocritical of me to say that it's a great gouge to use on every day in your shop. So that will be quite a lie, because I haven't put it out of the package for 2 years. So that tells you pretty much everything. However, although it's not a great tool to use on everyday basics because of the size and weight, it can be really good for, let's say, once a year or twice a year if you're roughing out a lot of green bowls, get them ready for your kiln or just naturally drying them. It will be a great tool to use on that particular day, let's say, because it will last you a long time between sharpenings. It's a nice stable tool. It will reduce the fatigue in your hands, let's say during the all day turning or even 2 days of turning. It will reduce quite a fatigue of vibrations going through your arms. So it's a great tool for that, but for everyday use I like to use 12 mil or 1/2" diameter bowl gouge, M42 steel, or 5/8 or 16 mil diameter. So if you have any extra money lying around, then sure, why not? If you have any need for this kind of once a year tool, I would say that not always bigger is better. Sometimes it's what you do with smaller diameter tools. But fortunately, in this video you saw lovely Calabash bowl being made. It's really fun and what I call sort of playful bowls, because it's constantly moving and it's great to hold because of the constant curve on it. So again, thank you for watching, and I know it's not your usual video where I would recommend particular tool, but this one is a great tool, but only for, I would say, specific task. 19 mil should be great for a lot of things. 16 mil for me, as I've said a few minutes back, 16 mil is a great diameter to have pretty much any size ball. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.